The unlikely hero Stanislav Petrov. Stanislav Petrov was a Soviet officer. He served in the air defense forces. He was not a famous general. His rank was lieutenant colonel. He held a critical post. He worked at a command center. This center watched for missile launches. His actions that night were vital. He was the man on the spot. Petrov had an engineering background. He understood complex technical systems. He was trained to follow strict rules. These rules were for attack alerts. Any sign of attack needed a report. This report went up the command chain. Soviet leaders would then decide action. The system was built for quick response. There was little room for doubt. He was on duty at Serpukhov 15. This was a secret military bunker. It was located not far from Moscow. The bunker held the OKO system. This was a new satellite network. It detected US missile launches. The Cold War was a fearful time. Mistakes could be catastrophic. Detection was the first critical step. Petrov was not scheduled for duty. He was covering for another officer. Fate put him at this crucial spot. He was a quiet, diligent man. He was not known for bold moves. His calm under pressure was key. This night would test him greatly. The world's fate hung in balance. He was an ordinary man facing extraordinary odds. A world on edge, the Cold War in 1983. The year 1983 was very dangerous. The Cold War was extremely tense. The USA and USSR were enemies. Both had many nuclear weapons. These weapons were ready to launch. Mutually assured destruction was policy. This meant total global war. Fear was a part of daily life. Each side watched the other closely. Relations between superpowers were bad. US President Reagan was very critical. He called the Soviet Union evil. Soviets shot down Korean Airlines Flight 007. This happened weeks before Petrov's shift. Many innocent people died in that. Mistrust was deep on both sides. Tensions were at a boiling point. Communication lines were strained. Both nations built new weapons. The US planned Star Wars defense. Soviets feared this new US plan. They thought it allowed a first strike. Military drills were frequent. These drills often looked like attacks. This increased the risk of error. A mistake could start a war. The arms race was accelerating. Paranoia was widespread. Each side expected the worst. Any alert could be taken wrongly. A quick response was expected. There was little time for questions. The systems were built for speed, not for careful, slow thought. This made any alarm very risky. The world lived on a knife's edge. The day of the false alarm. September 26, 1983. It was just after midnight. Alarm suddenly sounded loudly. The OKO satellite system gave a warning. It reported one US missile launch. The missile was heading to Russia. Petrov was the duty officer. His screen showed the incoming threat. He had to act immediately. The red lights were flashing. He faced a terrifying choice. Protocol said he must report. His superiors would then be told. They would likely order a counterattack. This meant certain nuclear war. Petrov felt huge pressure. The system seemed sure of the launch, but something felt wrong to him. His instincts told him to pause. Then the system showed more launches. Not one, but 5 missiles. They were apparently on their way. This should have confirmed an attack. Many would have believed it. But Petrov was still doubtful. He knew OKO was a new system. A real US first strike would be huge. Not just 5 missiles. This small number was suspicious. His team members were panicking. They told him to report the attack. The rules were very clear. Every second was critical, but Petrov waited. He had a strong gut feeling. He also used his technical knowledge. He thought the system might be wrong. He waited for ground radar. The radar showed nothing. This was a crucial piece of information. A moment of judgment, Petrov's legacy. Petrov made a brave decision. He reported a system malfunction. He did not call it an enemy attack. This was against his direct orders. He took a very big personal risk. If he was wrong, Russia was doomed. It would be hit without response. He trusted his mind over machines. His human judgment was paramount. Later, investigations proved him right. The OKO satellites made an error. They saw sunlight reflecting off clouds. It was a rare weather event. Petrov's logic had been correct. His calm decision saved millions. It prevented a nuclear war. The world owes him a great debt. Billions of lives were spared. The incident was kept very secret. This secrecy lasted for many years. Some superiors quietly praised Petrov. But he was also officially reprimanded. He did not follow all rules. His logbook entries were incomplete. He was seen as somewhat unreliable. He later retired from the military. He lived a quiet, modest life. His amazing story became public later. He received several international awards. These awards honored his bravery. He received the Dresden Prize in Germany. He also got the World Citizen Award. He always remained very humble. He said he was just doing his job. Stanislav Petrov died in 2017. His judgment reminds us humans matter. Technology can fail. His cool head saved the world.